Did you know that only 1 in 3 children are physically active every day? That less than 5% of adults exercise 30 minutes each day, and only 1 in 3 adults receive the recommended amount of physical activity each week? Kids spend more than 7.5 hours a day in front of a digital screen. That only 6 states require physical education in every grade from kindergarten to 12th. Percent of Americans, or 80.2 million people aged 6 and older, are physically inactive. Nearly 1/3 of high school students play video or computer games for 3 hours or more on an average school day. The statistics are downright staggering. Data indicates that over 78 million U.S. adults and 12.5, which is 16.9% of children and adolescents, are obese. Recent reports project that by 2030, half of all adults, 115 million adults in the United States, will be obese. Overweight adolescents have a 70% chance of becoming overweight or obese adults. Being overweight is not only a number on the scale, it has a huge impact in our mental, physical, and emotional health as well. Obesity-related illness, including chronic disease, disability, and death, is estimated to carry an annual cost of $190.2 billion. Projections estimate that obesity will cost the U.S. 20% of our total healthcare costs, or $344 billion annually. It is easy to become obese in America. Unhealthy foods are the tastiest foods, the cheapest foods, and the largest portion foods. You do not find that outside of the U.S. Typical American diets exceed the recommended intake levels or limits in 4 categories: calories from solids, fats and added sugars, refined grains, sodium, and saturated fat. Americans eat less than the recommended amounts of vegetables, fruits, whole grains, dairy products, and oils. About 90% of Americans eat more sodium than is recommended for a healthy diet. Simply reducing the sodium Americans eat by 1,200 milligrams per day could save up to $20 million or $20 billion a year in medical costs. Since the 1970s, the number of fast food restaurants has more than doubled. Obesity is often associated with emotional issues such as sadness, anxiety, or depression. People who are obese also have a 15% increase in a risk for developing depression over the course of their life than people that who aren't obese. Obesity and other weight conditions can also lead to physical health problems, including joint pain, diabetes, and hypertension. Overweight is identified as a body mass at or above the 85th percentile and below the 95th percentile. For children and teens of the same age and sex, obesity is defined as BMI at or above the 95th percentile for children and teens of the same age and sex. So, what are you doing to influence your family about the importance of healthy eating and exercise? If you are not a part of the solution, you are part of the problem. What are you planning to do today?